Hello Starcraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between EverZTelecoM and Lemonade on Central Protocol. In the bottom left of Central Protocol, we have the Red Zerg player, it is EverZTelecoM. And in the bottom right of Central Protocol, we have the blue Protoss player, it is Lemonade. Now I apologize, I cannot get rid of this little button thingy here that shows me how to speed up the game and show me different camera views and things. I used to be able to press Control-Shift-O. Maybe it was Alt-Shift-O? Alt-Shift-O. No, Control-Shift-O. Definitely Control-Shift-O. But it doesn't work anymore. So this is Servant Obs. It is a just a fan-made interface, I believe is what it is. So I'll contact the creator. I think he's active on Reddit, possibly on Team Liquid as well, and just kind of see what's up. Because it used to be I could get rid of that using hotkeys in the Legacy of the Void beta, but apparently in the retail version I cannot. I'm not sure what the problem is. Gonna EverZTelecoM looks like he's going for a hatch first. He is indeed going for that hatch first play. The probe I think scouted that out. I'm not sure if he did though. No, he did not actually scout that one out. So the probe checking obviously knows it's a hatch first because there's no spawning pool. There's no gas at all whatsoever. The Protoss player is actually going for a gateway assimilator play here. So not going for an early nexus, or maybe it is. A gateway expand can be very safe as well. This is an interesting map. Central Protocol. It's just the distances between your first, second, and third are pretty big. You have these gold bases in the middle that are very risky to take. As usual, there's just no protection at all for these bases. Look at this. Just wide open spaces here. And a lot of just different attack paths you can use. You can head this way, head this way, head this way to attack your opponent no matter where they might be. It's a 4-player map, so it's big. Is that a 3-hatch? Okay, I think it was a 1-hatch spawning pool and then another hatch for EverZTelecoM. So nothing too crazy like a 3-hatch here. I know this was played on the Korean ladder the night of the Legacy of the Void retail launch. So I don't know what kind of players on the Korean ladder at that time of day or night or whenever it was. But I imagine they are pretty good. We'll have to see how EverZTelecoM matches up against them. Bit of a transfer here, just 3 drones over to the natural base. Overlord heading on up to make sure there are no cannons coming up, because if you look at this, the hatchery has pretty much no vision. You put cannons back here, it can't see them. But if you put an Overlord over the top, the Overlord does have some pretty good vision and can see these areas where cannons are likely to be. So if you do put a hatchery out somewhere that's a little bit unsafe, you feel worried about it, put an Overlord there and expand the additional vision of what it can see. See, there you go. Now any cannons will be revealed and you don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm actually not sure where this Overlord is heading, to be entirely honest. There we go. Excellent, excellent positioning on that Overlord indeed. There is a Nexus popping up for Lemonade. There's a Cybernetics core, and immediately there's a Stargate. So, alright, Lemonade is going for the Stargate. Could be for an Oracle, could be for some Phoenix play. We'll have to wait and see. And the answer is going to be Lemonade doesn't maybe have enough money for what they want to do yet. There's an Oracle. Okay, so an Oracle play here. EverZ does have a Queen, but a Queen alone is not enough to prevent the mass deaths of all of her drones. She either needs, okay, 2 Queens might be good. A Spore Crawler, though, is also excellent. Indeed, I feel like this Overlord was scouting over into the main, but then changed its mind and just kind of hanging out in the middle of nowhere here. This Overlord as well, just kind of enjoying the lightning show going on in that place. I think that was a drone chasing and trying to get that probe, but the probe was down to 1 hit point and did survive. It did pay off for that gamble. Queen popping up here as well. Or there's just 2 Queens? I guess this is a creep Queen. This Queen can inject if she feels like it. There you go. Good inject there, Queen. Well done indeed. Zeldnaga Watchtower is held by a Zergling. Oracle on the way. Man, these things build slow. Second Oracle on the way. It is being chrono boosted. This is Legacy of the Void, so chrono boost is actually something you place on buildings and it will stay there forever, increasing the production time by 15% on whatever building it sits on. So you'll notice you can't chrono boost multiple things at once. One Nexus can chrono boost 1 building at a time. It can chrono boost itself as well, but at this point it is chrono boosting the Stargate. And a double Oracle play. Oh, this could be so dangerous for EverZ. Here they come, swooping on in, and again there is just a Queen here. Spore Crawler, not quite finished yet. The timing is not good. Oh, but instead actually going after, there we go, going after the Queen. They do pick up the Queen. They get a single drone kill, I think, as well. Heading over to the natural to see what they can find there. There is a Spore Crawler up already here, taking some shots. Queens catching them out of position. 2 Queens get 1, and the other one does manage to escape with most of its hull intact. Units lost show 2 drones died there, and a Queen. I don't know if that was worth the cost. on this Oracle, taking more shots from the drones. Roachhorn coming up at the third base, as well as another hatchery. So a bit of exposed here to put your tech, but maybe EverZ feels like it's out of the way. I really don't know. A fourth base. Fourth base coming up for EverZ as well. Oracle picks up a Zergling kill. Probably not exactly what the Oracle had in mind, but anyway, now a Phoenix Ball is being produced and another Stargate on the way. This looks very much like it's going to be a Skytoss player against EverZTelecoM here. Lemonade planning to take to the skies with Protoss. So the hatchery is morphing into a lair, and Roach Warren on the way. Might be a Roach Hydra composition, which seems like it'd do pretty well against Skytoss, depending on how many Hydras there are, how many carriers they are, and what the upgrades happen to be. Oracle hanging out, regenerating some of that energy for the Pulsar Beam ability. Could also throw down a Revelation to reveal the units that the Zerg player has. Ooh, look at that. There's a new little wah-wah thing to show the range of Revelation. Stasis Ward as well places a Cloak Stasis Ward at the target location. Once activated by an enemy ground unit, the ward traps nearby enemies in stasis for 21 seconds. So fun stuff indeed. Creep spread looking alright for EverZ. 3 creep tumors here. You'll notice that creep spreads a lot more quickly. That's something they changed in a recent patch of Starcraft. So the catch, though, is that if you kill these creep tumors, it recedes a lot more quickly than it used to, too. So I think Blizzard is hoping for a more active creep spread battle type thing, where Zerg spread it a lot, but if there's a counterattack and there's an attempt to reduce the creep spread, it comes very quickly as well. Terran players are going to be pretty happy about that as well. Protoss doesn't seem like they're very concerned about it, and really the harass is kind of stopped for Lemonade. I don't think this is a good idea because it's already 68 to 50 harvesters in favor of EverZ. A third base is now coming up. It's not here where you think it might be, kind of sneakily up here in the top right of the map. But again, this fourth base is up and running for EverZ. He has drones mining from it. If we look at the income tab, it is currently heavily in favor of the Zerg player with his 82 harvesters. 82 harvesters, taking another base as well, because why not? At this point, Lemonade is definitely not playing this very aggressively, hoping to just kind of sit back, get up a Phoenix Ball, maybe kill a bunch of Overlords, slow down that Zerg economy, but I fear it might be too late here at the 7-minute mark. Aspire is on the way. The APM looks like it is about, ooh boy, 192 to about 120. Fairly even at this point for both of the players. Lemonade hasn't been spamming throughout the whole game, but oh, here it comes. Roach push attack here. No upgrades whatsoever on these guys. +1/+1 is on the way for the Lings, but just +1 armor for these Roaches, and they're going to try to get through here. I don't know how this is going to do. It's just a Phoenix Ball, though. Yikes. Phoenix against Roach, not the best composition. There we go. They're trying to lift what they can, killing individual Roaches. There's nothing that can shoot up in this army for EverZ, though. Double Photon Overcharge going down. There's a cannon as well. I'm not sure it's being used in this attack, though. And sentries throwing down force fields as well. Another pylon is getting focused down. No, it actually ran out. The Phoenix slowly whittling down this Roach Ball. Overseers are getting focused down now instead. Another Roach ends up dead. All the Overseers at the same time. The Phoenix have a lot more energy than I thought. These Roaches are dying left and right. 11 Roaches have died in this attack. Going for another one here with the Lings. And the Roaches might be able to get through. No, another good force field, keeping all the Lings out, getting tickled to death by these sentries. Another double Photon Overcharge coming on down. And the pylon on the left does fall, allowing the Roaches inside, depowering this cannon. Can Lemonade hold this? Is the question. And the answer looks like it's going to be yes. Mostly thanks to these Phoenixes. They are lifting and killing a lot more efficiently than I thought they would. They do extra damage versus light. And Roaches are not light units, so they don't do as much damage as they could. But man, it's enough. So 5 damage, 10 versus light, but it's 5 damage with a weapon speed of 0.79, so very quick indeed. Overlord hunting now is Lemonade, trying to supply block EverZTelecoM. Not going to happen. EverZ is maxed out on Overlords at this point. The gold base here has been taken here at the north. There's a Spore Crawler as well, recognizing the sheer number of Phoenix on the field. +1 flyer attack on the way for our Zerg player. Does he have any flyer? He has Corruptors. He has 9 Corruptors somewhere on the field here. Let's see where he's massing these. Right here. Indeed, +1 flyer attack is on the way. Burrow on the way. I like to see Burrow from all the Zerg players that play on my channel, as well as Pneumatopized Carapace to make Overlords fly faster. Is this a mass Phoenix play from Lemonade? I mean, I don't want to repeat what everyone has been saying for a really long time, but mass Phoenix really can't win you games. So you can't kill buildings with it. I'm not sure what the follow-up is going to be But yep, another race coming up here for Lemonade. Lings heading out across the map at the same time. The Phoenix making note of that. The creep spread continuing along this bottom path. I think they're just scouting. The Lings can't really hope to kill anything at this point. There really aren't enough of them. Mass expansion here by EverZTelecoM though. Holy shamoly. Trying to do what he can. And there's a cannon here. 2 cannons here. Very well placed. Should be able to clean up these Lings with no problem whatsoever. The Lings here do have +1/+1, making them a little bit tougher, a little bit harder to kill. But no, they didn't even really get through the shields on that cannon at all. Here comes some Corruptors. Are they going to use Caustic Spray? That would be a good choice here. Caustic Spray emits a stream of acid that deals 7 damage per second for 4.3 seconds, then increases to 35 damage per second. And is he going to use it is the question. I really don't know. The answer is no. He's instead going to hang out here and wait for the Phoenix to show up and then try to kill them. Doing a pretty good job of it, whittling that Phoenix ball down quite a bit. Chasing them away. The Phoenix are faster, so the Corruptors do come back down. The Mutas and the Ling's going to clean up this 4th base. No problem whatsoever. I'm not sure why the Terran music is playing. It's kind of weird for a ZVP, but hey, maybe it'll make you Terran players happy. Assimilators falling as well, and this Muta Corruptor Ling Ball looking very scary right now. It's 200 to 100 total supply in favor of EverZ, and swinging on again. The Mutas don't want to be here though. No, Mutas, get out. Oh, the Mutas are standing and fighting against the Phoenix. They're getting killed, but the Corruptors should be able to deal with the rest of them. This is a rule, like 7 photon overcharge coming on down, taking shots at the Corruptors, forcing them to retreat. Another Oracle harass coming on down, has 6 kills on this Oracle and 4 hit points, but the Protoss player is down to a total number of 3 bases. This one is not really contributing much at all. 3 probes, when it probably would like to see closer to 15, I'd have to imagine. The Oracle is trying to kill a hatchery all by its lonesome using the Pulsar Beam here. EverZ is in a very, very strong position. Again, 105 drones, probably too many drones, but for this many bases, I guess he's trying to saturate everything that he can. He's doing a good job moving workers off this base, or he was until just recently, to places that can actually use harvesters, but it's going to be this Corruptor, Ling, Mutalisk play. Void Rays are on the way. They just get destroyed by Corruptors. I don't know about that choice at all for Lemonade, but here it is, trying to take this base. Nope, the Lings are on top of it. The Lings are going to force a cancel here, and there's the cancel. The Corruptor ball is down to 3 total. Desperately trying to kite away, trying to kill these Mutalisks. Doing a pretty good job of it. I think there's only 1 Mutal left. The Lings come on in here. What are their upgrades like now? They are +2/+2. Very, very, very dangerous Lings indeed. All these cannons do have angles where they can be surrounded. They all end up falling. The Protoss probes here don't even bother running away. The Nexus as well getting surrounded. Pylons, assimilators, everything completely at a loss here for these Lings. Is he chrono boosting probes? He did chrono boost a probe, and the Nexus falls. Right now, Protoss is stuck on 2 bases. Main base essentially mined out here. Just a few very, very small mineral patches here. And here comes another attack again using Caustic Spray on a pylon. Great, got a pylon. Well played indeed. And here come the Lings. Are the force fields ready? No, the force fields are not as good as they could be. The sentries are trying to move back into a place where they can live, and they do. 3 of them are still alive, but there are so many Lings inside the base here. They're going to go after this cannon, and they do manage to take down the cannon and on top of the sentries, but all the Lings do get cleaned up. A lot of Zergling blood on the ground. These Lings are burrowed back here. Right now, Lemonade is stuck. Lemonade is stuck on these 2 bases. EverZ trying to decide what composition he wants to get in here and destroy the Protoss player. What can Lemonade do? Continuing to get those Void Rays. Enough Void Rays do pretty well against Corruptors depending on how their upgrades are. We'll have to see. The Lings come on in and get a full surround on those sentries. 1 sentry dies. 2 sentries do end up dead. The 3rd one as well. Oh, squeezing through and killing that. Swarm Hosts coming down. Caustic Spray being used to take out a gateway, because why not? Locusts flying on down to destroy yet another pylon. 1 less target for Photon Overcharge for Lemonade. And Mothership Core doing a pretty good job. That pylon doesn't have any kills, surprisingly, though. That one doesn't either. More Swarm Hosts are in production for EverZ, because why not? I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Swarm Hosts, but perhaps if somebody uses them a lot, I can be convinced. Oh, Carrier Void Ray composition coming right in for this main. Is it just going to be a base race, or is EverZTelecoM going to head back? EverZ heads back, does not go for the base race. He knows if he can kill this army, he's going to win the game. He has more bases than Lemonade does, but these Void Rays looking pretty scary indeed. They do not have any upgrades, though. And same for the carriers. No air attack upgrades or shield upgrades whatsoever, so I'm not sure if this is going to end well for our Protoss player. Taking out an extractor, because why on earth not? And where's the army? Here's the army for EverZ, trying to dance around and find a good place to get his attack off. I don't know what the answer is going to be, though. Coming on in, and yes, another base is going to fall to these Corruptors. A small group of Swarm Hosts kind of running around over here for Telecom. Not sure what their point is, but they're just throwing Locusts into this natural here and landing, killing a few probes. Not that many, though. Another base gets wiped off the map. EverZ is getting that Corruptor count up. 5 more in production. They do have +2, +1 attack upgrades, and here it is. Trying to focus down individual Void Rays and carriers here. They're getting a little bit distracted, unfortunately, by the interceptors. The Zerg player is, and the Void Rays are still alive. There are a lot of Spore Crawlers on the ground, but they don't do that well against carriers. More Swarm Hosts coming in. I think, are they just distractions? They can't shoot air. No, they can't. Another Corruptor ends up dead. It is 183 to 138 supply. Lemonade kind of evening the score here. The Corruptors come on in, try to focus down they're going after Phoenix for some reason. Trying not to be confused by the interceptors. I'm not sure there are very many left after flying over all of those Spore Crawlers, but yeah, they're trying to come out there, but the static defense is taking care of them very quickly. Indeed, Infestors on the way for Telecom. I'm not sure what the plan is there, but long distance mining here is Lemonade going after all these Overlords. Oh, EverZ is actually supply blocked now. This huge group of Overlords is getting decimated by the Void Rays and the carriers coming on in, two-shotting that carrier. Transfuse is going down as well on the Corruptors. They're trying to focus down units without being confused by those interceptors. And okay, the interceptor ball is really big now. It is 24 Corruptors on that Corruptor ball, and I think this might be it for Lemonade. Yes, fungal growth on all of these air units. The Corruptors know what they're doing. They have their targets chosen very carefully. The Void Rays are slowly being whittled down. There's a nice concave here from the Corruptors. Indeed, just standing and fighting is a Lemonade. There are some Stalkers trying to kill units over there, but the final carrier ends up dead. Lemonade down to 60 total supply at this point. The Stalkers trying to kill what they can. Do we not? Okay, I guess we do have some sound there after all. And this Oracle, did the Oracle actually kill that hatchery? 19 kills on that Oracle. I think the Oracle killed that hatchery. That's absolutely insane. Swarm Hosts throwing down Locusts, fighting Photon overcharged pylons, fighting cannons, winning most of those battles fairly handily. The Corruptors fly on in and say, where can we use caustic spray? Where is the best place for us to do that? All of these long distance transferring probes are getting destroyed, though. Infested Terrans being taken up at the same time. 71 probes have died. 80 interceptors, though. Nothing in production at all for Limited here at the 18-minute mark. Pylon Mothership Core has done so many photon overcharges this day to try and win, but forges are falling, gateways are falling, Twilight Council's dying as well, caustic spray being used, target change, going after these Void Rays, they end up dead. Nothing in production for either of these players, and that's it. Lemonade leaves, the game is defeated. EverZTelecoM is victorious, and that is it for our PvZ today. Yahoo! Pretty good little back and forth, the PvZ. I have to imagine this is fairly low level. I believe both players are just trying to get placement matches at this point. Hard to get consistent high level stuff in this situation, but this is just kind of a placeholder just to kind of see where the state of retail Legacy of the Void is. I should have some higher level Masters, Grandmaster level, Pro level play for you in the next few days. So bear with me there, but in the meantime, we do have these games that are really fun to cast and hopefully very fun to watch for Legacy of the Void. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching today. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.